As you know, Spanish is a language that has quite a transparent orthography. That means there's a close correspondence between the letter and the sound. That makes it quite easy to learn how to read and write. For instance, in the case of the vowels, there are 5 vowels and 5 sounds. That's as easy as it gets. In the case of the consonants, we have 19 sounds, and these correspond to 23 consonants, 23 letters. There's a letter that doesn't correspond to any sound. That's the letter H. It's silent, there's no sound. And there are other letters that correspond to one single sound, as you see in these examples. We have as well letters that are pronounced differently depending on the dialect, like the C and Zeta, which in the Peninsular Spanish would be th, C, Zeta, but in Latin America it will be S in some Latin American areas, and also in some parts of Andalusia it will be pronounced like S, Zeta. Then we have a letter, the L, double L, that can be pronounced as Ya, as in my name, Lluisa, or Ya, as in Lluisa, which is more widespread in all the center of Spain, and actually in 98% of the territory. So Ya, Lluisa, the sound Ya is the less useful sound in the whole of the Spanish inventory. Shame. Well, now I'm going to talk you very briefly through how to pronounce the consonants of Spanish. If you look at this slide, at the examples, from the front, from the lips, we have the bilabial consonants. That's the P, pesa, B, besa, M, mesa. Then we have the labiodental. That's the F, like in feo. And the dentals, which are pronounced with the tip of the tongue against the teeth. And this is dia and tiempo and zeta. That's the difference with the t and d in English, where day it's not dental, it is actually alveodental. If you pronounce it, you would notice the tip of your tongue going against your alveolar ridge. Day. If you pronounce it in Spanish, dia, it goes against the teeth. So it's quite a small difference, but very salient perceptually. It's worth practicing, it doesn't take any time. Then we have the alveolar consonants, starting with the rhotics. That's the 2 types of R, like in pero and perro. The ra sounds, it is nothing similar in English, so it's something needs practicing. And then the L and the N. A little bit further back, we have the post-alveolar consonants with the Lla sound, as in Lluisa, or the other way of pronouncing it, Lluisa, and the Cha sound, as in chocolate, which is my favorite food, by the way. And then if we go further back, at the velar region, we have the H sound, as in Jerez, the G as in gato, and the K as in casa. And that's it. You need to pay attention especially to the sounds that are not in English. There's no equivalent in English, which is the H and the Ya. Not very useful though, this sound. And the Ra sound, yeah? Rata. So this is a summary of the consonants of Spanish. There are 2 or 3 areas that are a little bit more difficult and need a bit of practicing. But as you have heard, it's not very complicated to relate the sound to the letter, and then it's easier to learn. So I would encourage you to practice and come back to us if you have any questions. Do drop a line if you want, if you have a specific question.